Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. This is episode 144, and today I want to start things off by saying that these past couple days I have been just plagued, and I mean plagued, with problems. And they're all to do with Minecraft, and they're all to do with really strange crashes. I don't understand what it is, okay? But something keeps going on, and I have a feeling it's to do with my USB hub. I thought I'd fixed it, but I think it has returned. Basically, my USB hub, it seems to have a bit of a faulty connection, and occasionally my mouse and keyboard just connect and then disconnect really, really quickly. Like they just go boop, boop, like that. But that sort of confuses my computer a little bit, and then everything crashes. But what on earth has happened to the spoon? What? Hold up a minute! When did this happen? This could have been there for ages. I wouldn't have noticed it. Come on, let me take off. I want to see what's going on here. Have I got a goatee? That's amazing. By the look of things, someone has come past the base and they have decided to give me... Well, I don't know yet. Hang on, let's see. Hermitron Go. Greetings, Hermit. The great Hermitron hunt begins today. Do you have what it takes to defeat the other Hermits and take home the legendary Dragotron himself? Inside of this Hermitron booster box, you will find your first 6 Hermitrons. They're yours to keep, along with the shulker box. Wow, that's pretty good. For the rest of Season 4, you'll be able to find booster boxes like this scattered across the server. Crack them open to build your Hermitron collection. No way, it's like... Oh my word, it's like Pokemon Go! That's really cool! Make your way over to -1188 blah 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 blah, where you will find the entrance to Hermitron Halls. This is where all hunters go to store their collections of Hermitrons and to compete with each other for the legendary Dragotron. If you don't know how to play Hermitron, please go through the tutorial in Hermitron Halls. The game of Hermitron works as follows. Blah-bity, 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 blah, rules. Wow! That is awesome, Rendog. He literally just logged it into the server and said that we had something going on in our bases, and yeah, he's right. That is really, really fancy. Well, should I play that? Let me know down in the comment section. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking about my strange computer problems now and everything like that, because that's all boring. We've got a ton of awesome things to do today. In fact, we're going to be building a bit of a present for a certain hermit, if this goes correctly. So as you guys know, in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, we built this little thing right here. Now, as you can see, we have placed red, and then we go white, then we go pink, yellow, and orange. And then when we hit this button, they should hopefully get arranged in the right order. Which they do. They appear, they pop up in the order that you place them, which means that we can create explosive artworks. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Right, let's hop into the Redstone testing world, because I have so many ideas. So many. So here's the deal, alright guys? We need to work out some way to make this system work. Now, I'm going to be honest, I haven't done this yet. I'm not 100% certain that we will be able to launch large canvases of these things. But I would say that this design right here is actually quite a good start. So, we're going to experiment with the launching of concrete before we actually start creating the artworks and everything like that. So I would say, yeah, that's looking good. Let's get ourselves some concrete. I'm just going to do 100% white for all of this, and we will just make sure that it can actually be fired upwards in this sort of formation, because obviously if the explosion is too big, then the items break. If the explosion is too small, then they don't get launched upwards, which these are all, you know, these are big things. These are things we have to be wary of. So that is a decent quantity of TNT. Well, that was beautiful. Did you guys see that? That's not what I was expecting at all. That was amazing. But, the explosion might have been just a little bit too big. Which, yeah, that's... We'll try it with some water involved. This is honestly so strange to watch. Look, it's like they've got a life of their own. Yeah, that also hasn't worked. Right, I think I've come up with a system that works. Let's give it a go. That's amazing. Look how good that is. Oh my word, it actually works. This is the greatest thing I've ever made. Oh man. I want to see if I can write out longer messages. Right, let's try again, and... What? Okay, firstly, I don't know if I remember to place in the slime blocks. But secondly, I think we have actually discovered an issue. Right, so what I decided to do was leave them for a little while. I feel like, unfortunately, there might be a bit of a time limit on this thing. Yep. Yep. Oh. I've come up with an alternative idea. So it has been a couple of days since the previous clip, and in that time I have done a whole bunch of work on this redstone contraption. I've been trying my best to come up with various designs, and this is the best one that I could think of. So that one has gone all the way over there, fantastic. And then we are going to start getting all of the letters. So that should be launched up, and that should land on top, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yep, that's looking good. Right, okay, I'm going to launch all of the other ones. So that one should go, this one should then go, this one should go, and then this one should go. And if we fly down to the bottom, we should see, as we fall with these blocks, that letters are being made. So we're going to create this sign in the ocean right here, and it's going to be standing upright. These blocks right here are going to land in the water, and they're going to be turning into concrete, and hopefully this should end up looking amazing. Seriously cool. Right, let's gather up some pistons, some slime blocks, some sticky pistons, some redstone repeaters, and all that good stuff, and then we can actually construct this thing. You guys don't happen to know where I put my redstone shulker box, do you? Again? This is like a weekly occurrence. I can't find it anywhere. So, I have managed to gather up all of my resources. We have got a whole ton of stuff right here. Got comparators, repeaters, pistons, sticky pistons, all that good stuff. And now we are going to head over to Xisuma Void's base to start work on this gift right here. Now, I don't actually know where I'm going to be building this thing, but I know that I want all of the letters to land in the water, and I want them to be visible from his base. So, I guess we should probably try our best to A, avoid the rainbow road, but B, build it directly above his base so that the items land sort of over here. Yeah, I think that sounds like a pretty good idea to me. I've just built the entire first layer. And I've placed the pistons in the wrong place. Oh my word. All of these top layers of pistons are completely wrong. They're meant to be one block further forward. For goodness sake, how do I do this? Okay, so I've made some adjustments to the design. I've also added in a monostable circuit out the front so that we can work with this piston layout right here, because it's a lot easier to place than the moved forward piston design that I was going to be using originally. So let's just see if this thing works. Right, so that should retract all of the slime blocks. Okay, well, by the look of things, we have got a little bit of work to do on the timings, because that was extremely late. So let's see if we can do this again. Right, we flick the lever here, all of the slime blocks should retract. And then we flick the lever again. Yep, timings need work. After a tiny bit more fiddling around, this thing is now fully functional, and it is launching our gravity blocks right the way off into the distance, which is perfect. So that right there is where our sign is going to be landing. It's quite a long way away from Xisuma's base, but I still think that this thing is going to look epic. So now I just have to repeat this building process 5 more times. Oh, this is a big old prank. So we now have 2 of the layers of this thing all in place, and we also have the connecting mechanism, which is going to connect up all of the layers so that everything gets fired out in sequence. Now that is just a simple torch tower going up like this, running into our different timing circuits, which means that all of these pistons will fire at the correct times. Now I have to say, there is plenty that could go wrong with this one, and another thing that has just recently dawned on me is the fact that I'm not going to be able to test this out. I'm just going to have to trust and cross my fingers that I've built everything correctly, and it is going to look good for when Xisuma Void comes along and gives it a go. Which isn't probably the best situation in the world, but I think one thing that we can do is we can just test out to see if the firing mechanism is working correctly. So I'm going to pop back to my base, I'm going to get myself some of that concrete stuff, and we're going to give this thing a quick go. So here goes. We have got pink on the bottom, and then we have got yellow on the top, and then right the way at the other end we also have pink on the bottom and yellow on the top, and that is to test that the timing is correct throughout the entire system, because obviously the timing could be correct here, but then we have some repeaters. The timing could go incorrect towards the end, and that's something that we're going to have to find out. In fact, that might genuinely be an issue, as we are relying on a 2-tick pulse to drop through the concrete. So let's see, if we flick this lever right here, oh no. Oh no! Oh, what? So not only did it not work, not only did it not work, but it stacked it next to one another. Oh my word! I guess we'll build up the modules and see if it just stacks up next to one another all the way across. Oh, this could actually be really, really rubbish. Right, let's see if the timing circuits works for this one, and by the look of things, it did. But it hasn't landed in line with the other yellow one. I'm going to keep building. I'm going to cross my fingers. I don't really know what's going on, to be honest with you. Oh, by the way, in my recent video where I said that people shouldn't build diamond houses, this was in no way referencing Tinfoil Chef's base on the Hermitcraft server. I actually think this thing looks mega. It's just when people try and build a house out of diamond blocks looks really, really silly. Right, now that we're 3 layers in, we're about to find out if this thing is going to work, and my heart is actually in my mouth for this one. I don't really know what to say. So this should retract all of the slime blocks, and then we should get the extension. Everything is flying. No! I could cry. Oh. That's so upsetting. So upsetting. I don't even know what to do. I really don't know what to do here. I don't fully understand why that one there is landing 1 block before all of the other ones. I thought I'd built it high enough. Maybe I haven't. Oh. So, I've now come up with a new plan that I think is going to work absolutely perfectly. We've got a wall of water right here, which hopefully the concrete block should hit and turn into solid concrete. That's the plan at this point in time. So we've got red, white, and red making their way up like this. Let's retract all of the slime blocks. And that should happen nice and quickly. And then we flick this lever right here. And I am very, very scared for this. What? Seriously, what? Oh, I give up. I just give up. Nothing I do is going to work with this one. Alright, let's head back to the base. I've got an alternative plan. My alternative plan was to blow up the whole thing with TNT, but I've just arrived at my mob spawner and I don't have any gunpowder, which means that even that's a failure. I swear, I had like chests and chests of the stuff, but I guess some of the hermits, they need their fireworks. No one's keeping their stores stocked. So, yeah, all my gunpowder is now gone. Which means that we can't even blow it up. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna look. We've got, 5 TNT. We have the tiniest little bit of gunpowder. But I highly doubt we have any more than that. This is probably the biggest failure of an episode I think I've ever done. It's definitely got to be up there. It has got to be up there as being one of the biggest fails, I think, in the history of this YouTube channel. Let me know down in the comment section. Seriously. I managed to find myself some gunpowder in my chest, and I did a tiny bit more AFKing over by the mob spawner because I do feel like this system really does deserve a proper send-off. Let's get started. Now, I'm going to try my best not to blow up any of Xisuma Void's base, but oh my word, that was glorious. Oh, that is absolutely perfect for this system right here. Generally speaking, I would hate to see redstone and everything like that being exploded by TNT. And hang on a minute. What's happened to the sound? I'm not getting any TNT noise coming through. Right, I've cranked things up a little bit so that we can all hear everything that's going on because, I want this to be like a Michael Bay movie, but with redstone. And I actually took some damage. I thought I was far enough away. Now, I am trying my best to pick up some of the redstone resources because, obviously, we don't want all of them to go to waste. But, to be honest, I don't really care. This redstone, it has caused me a pain in the neck for probably about the past... Well, I mean, I recorded for about 3 hours on Saturday, and then I've been recording for about 2.5 hours today. The 3 hours was trying to plan out those redstone contraptions and get everything working, and it totally didn't work. Nothing worked. Sometimes you just have to accept the fact that your redstone creations, they're not quite as hot as you think they are, and you have to do the proper thing, which is, of course, to craft up a whole bunch of TNT and to blow them to smithereens. So I'm going to continue doing all of this, and then I will catch you once this entire thing has completely disappeared. I guess today's Hermitcraft episode sort of proves that no matter how much you plan something, sometimes it's just going to go wrong. You can put in all the time and effort you possibly can into making something work. You can just try your best to come up with the best design possible. You can work around all of the problems that you have, think you have the perfect idea for how to do something, and then it still goes wrong, either due to things out of your control that you just have absolutely nothing that you could do about, or alternatively, you might have overlooked something when you were designing it that only comes to light once you have finished designing it. Now for me, that was the second one. Unfortunately, I didn't really think of how high up I needed to build that design right there. I mean, I built it 100 blocks above where the concrete was going to be landing, but clearly that wasn't high enough. So I probably should have done more testing in that department, because that would have saved me a lot of grief and a lot of TNT, and also a lot of redstone resources that I've now exploded and completely lost. But that being said, it was still a hilariously fun episode. So let's hop back onto the Hermitcraft server. I thought we should still probably give Xisuma Void a little bit of a present to say congratulations on passing his driving test. So I've written out a handful of signs right there, and they say, "Hey Xisuma, I was going to build something really awesome to congratulate you on passing your driving test, but sadly it all went very, very wrong, and I blew it all up using TNT. It wasn't an accident either, I blew it up on purpose because it all went that badly." Anyway, many congrats, drive safe from Mumbo. And then I had a spare sign, so I had to place it in over there to make it symmetrical, but that is the message that I was trying to convey, and that is sort of the message that I was going to convey using my big slime block launcher prank type thing. But as you saw from today's episode, yeah, that didn't go so well. So I'm actually probably going to do some work outside of Hermitcraft and see if you can create these awesome automatically generating signs using slime blocks and slime block launchers and TNT and everything like that. But for the time being, this episode will remain a complete and utter failure. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.